Today, we're going to chat with Hayley, who has found fun and community in weekly trivia nights with Just4Fun Entertainment.
My name is Hayley and I was invited along by a friend who just randomly said one day, "Do you like trivia?" And I went, "I love trivia, but I don't have anyone to go with." So she said, "Come along." And that was probably about 4 years ago now.
Oh, wow.
And I've been going ever since.
Can you remember back to that first event you went to? Maybe how it felt or during the night?
I remember saying to her that I'm not very smart. And she said, "If you can answer one question, then you've contributed to our team." But in actual fact, it's very surprising what you do know that you don't realise, that general knowledge stuff. And I was a little bit nervous, but everyone was so welcoming and friendly, and I just had a great time and haven't stopped going since.
Yeah, that's so good. And trivia nights are just one of the events that Just4Fun events run. Have you been to any other type of events?
Absolutely, yes. Each month, Lisa does a themed trivia night. There's also music bingo events and Name That Tune once a month as well, which is like a music-themed trivia.
So you were invited by a friend initially.
Yes.
What kept you coming back to the events?
It was just a really fun outlet for me personally, but also to get together with this friend who I didn't know and meet other people through her and meet her sister. And our team has grown immensely over that time, and people come and go with different life situations, but it's just a really inclusive, friendly bunch of people.
Yeah.
Not just on my team, but in the event as a whole.
And do you usually go to these events on your own or with friends or family?
With friends. I have gone on my own before and been welcomed to join a team on the night. If it's a themed night that maybe none of my friends are interested in, then I'll just rock up and the host will usually introduce me to a team, and they're normally more than happy for a random to join in. And you just make friends really quite easily because you don't have to make conversation so much. You can answer the questions, and through those questions, conversation flows.
What surprised you most about these events once you started going?
You don't realise that you know as much as you do know in testing your knowledge, but also the different people around town. Like, I work in quite a public job as my day job, and there's so many people that I see in that job that go to trivia, and I think people possibly thought trivia was a bit nerdy, but in actual fact, there's so many types of people and all different walks of life that go, and it's just a really fun environment.
Do you have a favourite type of trivia night or bingo night that you've been to?
Oh, well, there was a musical theatre trivia night, which I loved.
What does that look like?
So the whole night was themed around different musical theatre shows, which is my love. So that was awesome. But in all honesty, just trivia in general knowledge trivia is probably my favourite type of event. But I'm not fussy, I'll attend any.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
It is, very much so.
How do you think getting out and about and attending these events affects your mental health?
Oh, it affects it so much in a positive way. I think when I joined, it was just quite close to the end of the big COVID lockdowns. Our workplace had closed for a number of weeks and nobody could go out, and then it was slowly building back up again. And just the joy of going each week, knowing that I can be in a place where it's non-judgmental, everyone's there for a good time. It doesn't cost a lot of money. Like, it doesn't have to cost any money if you don't want it to. You can go out and have dinner if you wish, or you can just go along and play. There's no obligation to spend money. So in a time that living is so expensive, it's brilliant. My heart is full after a night at trivia.
Have you formed any new friendships or connections through these events?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, if I've turned up at an event on my own and joined another team, then you become friends with those people, and you feel welcome to go back and join them again if you can't find a team of your own. And also meeting the other players on other teams, especially if you go week in, week out, you get to know them quite well and form really great bonds and friendships with
Yeah.
many people that you may not necessarily interact with in everyday life.
Yeah.
So broadening that circle is really great.
If you have a friend or someone you know who's unsure about attending a Just for Fun event, how would you encourage them to come and try it out?
Well, first of all, what are they doing with their life if they're not coming? But I would explain to them that you don't have to be smart. You don't
Yeah.
have to know heaps of things to have a good time and to contribute. Because, like my friend said to me, if you can answer one question, and I can guarantee that any one person could answer a single question on one of Just for Fun's trivia events, because they're not super difficult questions all the time that make you feel like you don't know anything. I would just encourage them to come along and have a go. And if they don't enjoy themselves, I would be very surprised.
Do you have a really fun or memorable moment from a Just for Fun event that you've been to?
The most recent one that comes to mind was we had a Christmas in July
Yeah.
trivia event, and costumes were encouraged. I just so happened to have a blow-up gingerbread man costume
What?
in my closet, and I dragged it out for the night, and I was fortunate enough to win Best Dress. So that was fun, and a lot of people got a laugh out of that.
Well, thank you for joining us, Hayley, and thank you for sharing a bit of your experience.
Thanks for having me.